Teenage Love, Part 2, Under the Moonlight. The night had deepened as Alex and Lily walked side by side, leaving the school behind them. The distant glow of the city lights lit up the horizon, while the soft beams of the moon illuminated their path. The cool night air carried a sense of quiet calm, but beneath the surface, both of them could feel the weight of everything left unsaid. After their conversation near the lockers, things felt different, lighter, but also more serious. The reality of what they'd confessed was starting to settle in. They reached the park at the edge of the neighborhood, a place they had often visited with friends, but tonight it felt more intimate. They sat down on one of the benches, surrounded by trees that whispered in the evening breeze. The sound of their footsteps had faded, replaced by the occasional chirp of crickets and the distant hum of the town beyond. For a while, they didn't say anything, just sat there, taking in the quiet.
It feels kind of strange, doesn't it, sitting here after what we talked about earlier, like everything's different, but also the same.
I know what you mean. It's like we've crossed some invisible line, but nothing else has changed. I guess I thought saying it out loud would make everything feel more, I don't know, real.
Yeah, but maybe that's a good thing. I mean, we still have time to figure it out, right? We don't have to rush into anything.
Right. I'm not in any hurry. I'd rather take it slow, enjoy whatever this is, and let it grow naturally. Question: do you think love is better when it's slow and steady, or when it happens fast and intense? A. Slow and steady, it gives you time to really know each other. B. Fast and intense, it's exciting and keeps things passionate. C. A balance of both. Sometimes love needs to be spontaneous, but also needs time to grow.
Answer A. Slow and steady. It gives you time to really know each other. I think when love grows slowly, it lasts longer. You get to know each other's strengths and flaws, and you learn to appreciate everything, not just the exciting parts. It's about building something real, step by step, instead of rushing into something you're not ready for.
I like that. There's no need to rush when we have time. It's more about building something that can last, not just chasing excitement.
Exactly. I'd rather have something solid, something I can rely on, than a quick burst of feelings that fades as soon as things get hard.
The trees rustled softly in the night breeze, their leaves catching the moonlight as it filtered through the branches. The stars overhead twinkled brightly in the clear sky, adding to the peacefulness of the moment. A faint glow from a nearby lamppost illuminated their bench, casting long shadows across the grass.
You know, it's funny how people always talk about love like it's supposed to be perfect, but I think love's messy, full of ups and downs. It's not always going to be easy, but that's what makes it real, right?
Yeah. I think people expect love to solve everything, but it doesn't. Sometimes it even makes things harder. But I guess that's where the real connection comes from, working through the hard parts together.
And not giving up when it gets tough. That's what matters most, knowing that no matter what, we're both still in this together.
Question: Do you think love is more about effort or just letting things happen naturally? A. Effort. It takes work to make a relationship last. B. Letting it happen naturally. If it's meant to be, it'll work out on its own. C. Both. It's about finding the right balance between putting in effort and letting things flow.
Answer: C. Both. It's about finding the right balance between putting in effort and letting things flow. I think it takes both. You can't force love to work, but you also can't just sit back and hope it'll stay strong without any effort. You've got to put in the time, but also give each other space to be yourselves. That's how you keep it real.
That makes sense. It's like you have to take care of it, but not control it. Let it grow on its own, but make sure you're nurturing it along the way.
Exactly. And that's what I want to do. Put in the effort without trying to make everything perfect.
The sound of a distant car passing by broke the stillness of the night, but it quickly faded, leaving them once again in the quiet of the park. The moon had risen higher, casting a soft glow over everything, making the world feel both bigger and smaller at the same time.
Do you ever wonder if people put too much pressure on love? Like they expect it to fix everything, but really, it's just one part of your life.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. They think love is supposed to make all their problems go away, but it's not magic. It's not perfect. It's just life, I guess. Something you have to figure out as you go.
Maybe that's what makes it so special, though. The fact that it's not perfect. It's something you work on, something you grow with. Do you think love is more meaningful because of its imperfections? Question: Is love more meaningful because it's imperfect? A. Yes, imperfections make love real and give it depth. B. No, love should be perfect, or at least as close to perfect as possible. C. It depends. Imperfections can make love harder, but they can also make it stronger.
Answer A. Yes, imperfections make love real and give it depth. I think love wouldn't be as meaningful if it were perfect. The imperfections are what make it real. When you see someone's flaws and choose to be with them anyway, that's where the depth comes from, not from everything being easy.
I agree. The imperfections are what make love feel alive, like it's something you're constantly discovering. If it were perfect, it'd be boring. It's the ups and downs that make it worth it.
The night had fully settled in, the stars bright above them. The park, now almost entirely quiet, felt like their own private world. Alex and Lily sat there for a while longer, not saying much, just enjoying the silence and the shared understanding between them. Eventually, they got up and began walking toward the street, the soft crunch of gravel beneath their feet the only sound as they left the park behind.
I'm glad we talked tonight. I feel like we've taken another step forward, you know.
Me too. It's like we've opened up a new part of whatever this is, and I'm okay with taking it slow, figuring things out as we go.
Same here. No rush, just seeing where this takes us.
Yeah, one step at a time.
As they walked out of the park, the moonlight following their path, Alex and Lily knew that they didn't have to have everything figured out right away. What mattered was the journey they were taking together, slow and steady, with all its imperfections. 5 words related to the theme of teenage love. Part 2, Under the Moonlight.
Spontaneity. The act of doing something impulsive or unplanned, often adding excitement to relationships. Commitment. The dedication required to make a relationship last, even when things get difficult.
Trust. The foundation of any relationship, built through honesty and understanding. Growth. The personal and mutual development that happens as two people experience life together.
Imperfection. The flaws and challenges in a relationship that make it more meaningful and real.